everyone, this is Melissa Arbo and I own a company called The Stock Swoosh, and today I thought I would review Akam. Akam was an amazing short today, and it's interesting because in the trading room this morning I discussed Akam and I said that there were probably people that were attempting to buy the stock today in what some traders term a climactic. That is not a strategy, it is a play. It is something that rarely sets up, but what I find that is very often traders misread what is climactic, okay? And so I said people are trying to probably buy this dips, but really no one in the world, really no intelligent person would buy the stock today. It's not climactic. Traders are going to try to buy it as a climactic, but it's not, and no one really is going to buy this today at all. It's a goner. Anyways, the trading room made money shorting this today, but the interesting thing is later in the afternoon I found a video. I get so many different emails from so many different places from another trading educational company that did a video and put out there that they did buy this stock today twice in the dip into support. I am not going to disclose the company that is, but I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson for people that follow me so you can get the benefit of what not to do in reference to gap trading. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm not going to show you who's talking, but I'm going to play it in the background. Then I'm going to look at the chart, and I'm going to talk about it afterwards. And I think a lot of people are going to really learn a lot from this, but you know, it's interesting because it's ironic. I discussed this in the trading room today. Now just listen here.
All right, good afternoon, guys. Let's do a quick recap of the trade this morning. I traded AKAM. I was trying to wait for it to get down to this pivot level, and I took two stabs at it. Didn't get the bounce we were looking for, but that's okay. These things happen. It's part of trading. We had a good spot, a technically sound support level. Just the stock ended up being a little bit too weak, and since it pulled this hard out of the open, I don't find that to be a good place to actually try to get into a position because it tends to be a chase most of the time. So, I will tend to wait until we hit a big support level because oftentimes these stocks that get sold off real hard like this into a big support level, we'll see a nice bounce, right? And that's what we were looking for since we had a big support level.
All right, I'm going to stop it right there. Listen. The gap is a strategy. So that person that was talking was looking to buy the stock into the support level. There was a bunch of supports in here. This is a support, this is a support, this is a support, okay? It didn't hold any of these, but the person is discussing about buying it into a dip in support. Critical mistake that a lot of day traders make, and a lot of traders make in reference to gaps, okay? Anyways, there was something else I was going to say. All right, let's just get back to it. I'll remember what I was going to say after. Just listen.
So let's talk a little bit about the support that we were looking at. If you look at the daily on this, there's a nice pivot level that comes into play right in through here.
Yes, this is what he's showing
basically
right
a double bottom in through 46.80. But if we back way out, we've got this trend line here. Let's see, we've got this trend line that put up right here, right? And it falls right to where we were coming at today, right? So that's what I was looking at to get.
I do not use trend lines to trade. They are of no significance. There's no valid reason to use them. You will not trade any better with them. They will not help you make money. Cleaner charts, the better, okay? And his trend line was showing basically a diagonal that went all the way up to here. That means absolutely nothing. That doesn't show you control. It doesn't show you anything at all. Doesn't show you the long-term trend. Doesn't show you the daily trend. Doesn't show you the short-term. Doesn't show you anything. Most of the indicators that day traders use to trade are absolutely worthless. If I took everything off my charts and only read the ticker tape, I'd be able to make money in the market. Very few people in 2017 can say that. He's showing a line where the stock went diagonal up to here. That has absolutely no meaning and will not help you predict how to trade the stock on the live day today.
Get a bounce on this thing. And you can see we initially got a really nice looking bounce to start on it, but it didn't actually continue, right? I started to try it here around this pivot, got a little bit of a reaction, and then once we rolled over, I stopped out for about a 10-cent loss. And then as we came into the secondary pivot down here, I tried again. We got a decent little move up, started to roll back over, and since I had added into the move here a little bit, I ended up stopping out just under break even there. So, unfortunately, it just didn't end up giving us the bounce we were looking for, but we had the right technical levels, and you have to take advantage of these situations when they present themselves. Unfortunately, today, it just didn't respond in the way that we normally see it.
It is so important to have a strategy before you day trade. So, I'm just going to stop it right there. But the bottom line is that I talked about this in the trading room this morning, that people were going to try to buy that support, that people look at it as climactic. And this was a trading room, a large trading room actually, a trading room much, much larger than mine that was directing people to buy this stock today. What a horrible, horrible, horrible trade, okay, if you went long Akam today. There was no way to make money in this today to the upside. The stock is lower. It was lower today. It has still continued lower. Actually, the stock opened. It did something called a stock swoosh, which is the name of my company. It's a play that I teach and something that I teach in my Golden Gap class. But, I get very upset when I see people telling people to do things that are so incorrect. It doesn't even make sense to buy the stock today. One of the things I think that gives me an edge as a trader overall is that I know what people like that room are doing. I know what other day traders are doing. And therefore, when something pushes back against me, even if I'm in the trade or I'm waiting for the setup, I'm aware of that or knowing that, or I step away from that, which was not the case today, or I say this isn't going to work today because I see what traders are doing. I do not follow what other day traders are doing. My Golden Gap method follows what institutions are doing with the stock. Institutions sold the long positions in this stock today. They shorted it, they sold it, everything else. No one that was controlling the stock today was taking any long trades to the upside, okay? It was a terrible thing to do to go long the stock this day. That gentleman did not even discuss climactics. He was just looking to buy into support. But you will not consistently make money trading, buying support, or shorting resistance. If you do not have a strategy to trade, you will not make money. And buying support and shorting resistance is not a strategy. The irony is I discussed this in the room today, and then I found this video tonight, and we will talk about this more in the room today. But, this was a great example today of institutional selling. You do not buy support in something that is pushing with institutional money to the downside. Just like you don't buy, short stocks enter resistance that are pushing to the upside. How do you know the difference of the control? Okay, how do you know the controls to the downside? How do you know the controls to the upside? How do you know control? You have to have a method to depict that control to predict it, and that's what I have in the 26 points. And it sounds complicated, but actually that's what helps me be profitable and make money and predict the direction a stock will make so often, 8 out of 10 times. Google is a great example, and I'm just going to pull this up very quickly before I say goodnight for tonight, because Google gapped down in the earnings, but I did not call a put in this as an option. We did not day trade this. It had a small-bodied red bar the day after the earnings. And the fact is it did gap down. Then it had a medium bar today. I do not know what it does tomorrow. Although Amazon's higher, Facebook's higher, the stock could rally finally on Thursday. Amazon earnings are Thursday night. But I will tell you that, you cannot short every down gap. And you cannot go long every up gap. And you can't buy every level of support in anything, whether it's gapping or not. It could trade as support. It doesn't mean you're going to buy it. You cannot short every resistance level. I really have something special here, and I know that the people that have already done my class, are fully aware of that. We will go into a long, detailed discussion tomorrow about Akam, particularly after I heard that video. But, one of the reasons that people lose money in the market that are day traders or investors or swing traders is because they believe videos like that. They follow people like that. They do not understand what to look for in a chart. They do not understand how to read a daily chart, period. End of story. They don't have a strategy. They don't follow it. They think the idea of buying support makes sense, so they look to do it. And they're following people like that guy who are directing them to do things that are just not going to work. And I'm sure that guy does make money some days. But ultimately, between January 1st and December 31st, that guy, using the strategy that he described in the video, is losing money more than he's making money, because you cannot buy every support level and expect to make money in charts and stocks. This was not a climactic today, nor is that a strategy anyways. It's just a play. It's not something that I even teach people to do, although I know what it looks like. Akam was lower today. It fell and bled all day. And if you were an intelligent human being, you would never have looked to buy the stock today. And, I think one of the benefits of coming to me is that I teach you something that really, really, really works. And it just makes sense. If you went to go long the stock today, you looked like an idiot. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, to want to go long the stock today. There was no one in the world that was going long the stock today. And yet that trading room was directing people to do it. So, you really, I'm never surprised why people come to me and they tell me that they're losing money in the market, because people do things like this, and they listen to that guy and other people too. Don't take any trades that anyone tells you to do unless you know why they're doing them. The trading room that I have is only available to people that have done my class. You're not supposed to do trades that I call in the room unless you've done my class. And if you did do my class, you know how to do the trades yourself. I want people to understand why I'm even calling Akam short in the first place. I want you to get it and understand the strategy yourself. That's why doing the class is a prerequisite. Okay, I'm teaching you how to think in your own head, because thinking like that guy is going to get you nowhere, and you will lose forever, okay? You have to understand why Akam was a short today. You have to grasp that concept. If you think like that person in the video that I just played, that you're going to buy every support, or short every resistance, you are doomed to lose every dime that you own for as long as you trade in the market. You have to understand that it is possible to make money trading, but so many people out there are teaching things that make no sense. They make no sense. It actually doesn't even make sense, okay? When you see something that looks like this, that is bleeding, falling with every breath that it's alive, every second it ticks on the day, why you would even consider going long a stock like this is absolutely the craziest thing I've ever heard. And yet that's exactly what this huge monster trading room, way bigger than mine, was teaching people and telling people to do today. And so people lost twice in that room. I feel for people that are losing money in the market. I honestly do. But, you're not using your head if you're listening to somebody like that. All right? So this was a short today. This was a short today. This is a short for until it continues. I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up tomorrow morning and this gap down again. So I call it an option put in this for people in the room. And also you could be in this, have done the day trade, a swing trade. It's Akam's lower. So I will talk to everyone soon. I hope you learned something from this. Just don't go to these trading room trials and just do everything they say. And when people come and do a trial in my room, you should just listen. You should just listen and see. If I say this is going to happen and it does, then you think, well, maybe this girl knows something. You're not supposed to trade in trials, okay? You're supposed to just observe and determine for yourself. Listening to me in the trading room, watching my videos, listening to the webinars, if anything I'm saying is making sense. I'm telling you, if you are looking to buy every support level in a stock, you will lose. If you're looking to short every resistance level in a stock, you will lose overall. okay? The strategy is the gap. Not all down gaps can be shorted. Not all up gaps can be bought. You must be able to determine the difference, and you have to read where the control is in the stock, the control on the live day. That's how you make money as a trader. Good luck, everyone. If you're interested in the Golden Gap course, it's this weekend, July 29th and 30th. I definitely will teach you a brand new way to read charts, and you will get good at reading charts if you can come and do my class and learn from me and be in the room, and you'll make money too. So we'll see what happens with this in the bigger picture for the option, and congratulations to everyone that did this today. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.